What is going on, everyone? 2 for 2. My name is Tom from Dreadlabs. I hope you can all hear me correctly. I've moved my mic over to the side here because, as you might have saw from the previous screen, is we're gonna do a top-down stream today. I'm gonna just chill, draw a couple of things, and talk about anything fun, really. And yeah. It is, let's see, February 27th, 2025, and the goal of today is to just have a chill time and see if we can create something together. So if you're tuning in while you're working, keep on working. If you're just watching for the stream, of course, please do enjoy. But if you feel like drawing along or something like that, feel free to do so. So let me just change this other setup. From the top view, you can see this is the a camera down from my desk, and these are some sketches from an asset pack that I just released. Slime overlays, cool asset pack. You can get that on dreadlabs.net if you want to. I've turned these sketches into 3D renders for the people that don't really use 3D, and I got this really cool like mouse. Little mouse pencil sharpener that I found in my attic. As you can see, it's definitely like from like 2000, early 2000s. And yeah, I'm just gonna sharpen my pencil here because I forgot to do that. Super professional. Anyways, I hope you've all had a good week. I certainly did, but I am really tired, so that's why I just wanted to have a chill stream. Do something that we don't really need to think too much about, like drawing, doodling. I want to do more of these kinds of streams rather than like forcing myself to do like these really elaborate, crazy design pieces that maybe you don't even get finished. So I figured we could either do like some custom typography stuff, since a lot of people always ask for those. But I also have some books with me. Like, this is one of my favorite books called Rave Art, and I figured we could just do some inspiration, get some inspiration off this book. But yeah, let's see what it is that we're gonna do today. I feel like doing some doodling illustrations, something inspired by Rave Art, I guess. These really pretty illustrations like this one, so maybe we'll do something like that, even though that's not really my expertise. It's of course not the goal. The goal is to just chill and have fun, rather than create something super serious. I think we're gonna just draw What's up, Dinker? How you doing, man? Yeah, and I've been meaning to cover also like some topics where it's able to sort of helps check out yeah, I figured let's have some topics to discuss. Anything really. I asked on my Instagram and I got some responses, and one of the first responses that I got was basically asking like how or when do I show designs for a client. We're just gonna do some tribal stuff here for now. Let's see where this goes. Anyways, so yeah, someone asked me like when do I think a design is ready to show to a client, and that's a really good question. So thanks for sending that in. So yeah, what we're basically it really depends on the client. Like I have some clients that are actually like close to me, and for those people I just WhatsApp them like any progress or whatever. But let's just say that these are that I'm working with a client that reached out to me through the internet, and in that way basically wanted to work with me. So what I usually do is I send out a mood board at first and see if I understand the briefing correctly. So basically, before I even start designing, I want to make sure that I'm not going to be designing something that my clients, that's like completely different from what my client is expecting. Because I've had that before where they're like, oh yeah, I would really like a vintage artwork or whatever. Their definition of vintage is maybe something completely different than my definition of vintage. So yeah, basically I always try to make sure to send out a mood board to them. See if that matches with the project. Usually, like the clients already have like a good idea of what they're looking for. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't really have approached me, I guess. Like you wouldn't approach me for like a really corporate design, I think. At least like not a lot of people. Yeah, what I usually do is, okay, the music's louder than my mic. I'll lower this a lot. Hope this helps it. Maybe I should also put the volume up from my mic because it's like a little bit further away now. Yeah, this was definitely the problem. I'm a fucking idiot. You can really see that I'm a really professional streamer, right? I just literally could hear the sound through my speakers into the mic as well. So that's probably why there's probably like a lot of feedback going on. Anyways, after I sent out the mood board, we discussed the pricing, and if the pricing is something we work that out. What we do is I do a 50% down payment, so make sure that my clients have paid me 50% of the project up front so that they won't be able to scam me. And yeah, based on that, I'm gonna sketch like either logos or design proposals for an album cover or whatever the project is really. And what I usually do is like based on the mood board, I pick out a couple of different parts of the mood board that I think that are really resonating with me personally. Sometimes the client also says like, oh yeah, this specific piece of the mood board resonates with me as well. But yeah, most of the time I feel like, yeah, because I'm the professional, I will find a couple of things that will probably resonate with your brand a lot better. This style will probably like work really well, or if we use the typography in this way, this will probably work really well for your brand as well. So yeah, that's basically the train of thought based on the mood board, and then on that mood board, like the designs that I pick, I create sketches based on those. So for example, for logo designs, I try to not to overdo it. I usually send maybe like 5 proposals or sketches. I do sketch a lot more versions usually, but I don't want to overwhelm my clients and I give them too much to choose from, because that will slow the project down and also create a lot of doubt with the client. So yeah, I try to keep it at 5 proposals. For artworks and posters and stuff like that, I usually do like 3. And yeah, sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 2. It really depends on like, you know, how different the mood board is. Like if it's really clear, whatever the design is going to be, then I'm not going to do like 5 designs of the same thing. Of course, because that will just make no sense. But yeah, if it's like a high variety mood board thing, then I'll just do. I'll do like maybe 4 or 5 proposals. Yeah, and then once I like how I determine once a design is ready is, it's kind of hard to tell really. Like it's just a feeling that I usually have. What I've tried to do, like in the last 2 years, I think, is because I now get paid, rather than getting paid by the hour, I get paid by the project now, and this gives me a lot more freedom to how do you say this? Like this gives me like the actual freedom to whip up proposals that I'm already really happy with up front, and this definitely usually saves me a lot of time later in the process, because like I've already put a lot of time in the first couple of proposals, which will basically I'll send them proposals in higher quality, and after that, like usually my clients already like pick a design, rather than like what I would used to do is, because I would want to send out the proposals like in a fast-paced way, but I got paid by the hour. I would just take like a long time to whip up as many proposals as I could, but then like a lot of them in low quality. And now I just decided to choose like quality over quantity, and usually that just pays off, because it saves me a lot of time doing sketches that I don't really feel. Well, that makes me don't have to do those sketches, I guess. If that makes sense. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Joe? Wow, it's been a while, dude. How are you? Man, that's we got like one of the OGs back in the chat. How have you been, man? It's been way too long. Actually, well, probably shouldn't say this on live, because I don't want to like make any like plans, or I don't want to say that it's definitive yet, but I've actually have been thinking of moving to Portugal for a while, at least, like not permanently, but for a couple of maybe 2 years or something. So maybe we'll eventually meet. Would be sick, right? But yeah, man, I've missed the lives too. It's it's been like a long time ever since damn. I'll lower the lights a little bit. It's getting really sunny outside all of a sudden. Yeah, I really miss the lives, and I miss designing. Well, not designing in front of an audience, because that was actually really tiring. But I've missed like connecting with members of the community. So and of course, if you don't do it like for a long time, your audience isn't gonna build up, but it's gonna break down. So yeah, I haven't really spoken to a lot of people that were always like in the chat back in the day, which is a shame, but I hope they're all doing well. Anyways, what's up with you, man? How have you been? Okay, I have no clue what I'm doing here, so maybe we'll just... I had some Yeah, I wanted to do like a sketch for like Underworld, the word Underworld, some typography shit. Let's see if we can do something like that. So I need to figure out a way to like make my camera shake less, or it's not really like the camera shaking, but my yeah, my overhead camera rig is just really flimsy. So I might just have to rebuild that in the future. Maybe like detach it from what am I doing? Maybe like detach. Oh yeah, this is gonna be really nice for the camera, like erasing stuff, right? Yeah, it's like an earthquake. Anyways, yeah, I figured let's do some typography of the word Underworld and see where this goes. As you can probably hear and see, I am really tired. I've had a pretty hectic week with a lot of meetings, and yeah, probably the same way, but meetings usually don't give me like that much energy. I prefer working and on cool stuff rather than just talking about working. And there's also like a big national holiday coming up where I live, Carnival, which maybe set up a I was thinking of like building a rig that stands on the ground and then goes over, or maybe even like screw in a couple of base plates in the ceiling, because I have a pretty low ceiling. Is it like a system ceiling, if that's the right word? Not sure, but yeah, that will probably fix the issue. But yeah, then again, this is a rental house, so I don't. Maybe I don't want to drill in 40 holes in my ceiling. I mean, I've already done a couple. You maybe not sure if you can see, but there's like plants hanging in the back of my office. They are also like hanging on stuff drilled in the ceiling, I guess. Now that I think about it, I do have like some how are these things called? Like metal tubes. You build those things next to like buildings if there's like a construction project. Blanking on the word. Okay, this letter N is way too big for the U. But yeah, that's also a good thing to talk about. Fuck, I heal. I'm going tomorrow. I'm gonna go Carnival in Tilburg, and maybe on Saturday as well, and then also in another city in Den Bosch on Monday. What about you? Yeah, it's tijger in Dutch, definitely. Yeah, that's the word. I mean, I fucking found tutorials on how, literally what you can see over there. Wait, let me zoom in my camera. Oh fuck. Yeah, this here. I have some of that stuff like left over. I want to like maybe hang it from the ceiling and then just hang my camera on that. That would probably work way better. Okay, fuck this. I'm not sure what to draw. Let's grab in my sketchbook, or not my sketchbook, my my inspo books. So yeah, I figured like what we can also do, because yeah, you can probably hear that I'm way too tired to actually create stuff during the stream. So I figured maybe we can also take a look at my old, or take a flip through my sketchbook and see what I've made so far, just in my free time, or we can like grab some cool books to check out like some inspirational books, some of my favorites. All right, that's good to know. Yeah, well, I'm not sure where in Tilburg I'm gonna be. Probably like in the city center. But we'll definitely have many beers together. Carnival is really, really different from like, if you probably are not Dutch and you think about carnival, you probably think about like carnival in Brazil. And carnival in Brazil is like really like flamboyant, and in here it's basically like maybe like Halloween in America. Like we dress up and we get drunk. That's basically it. But the difference between America and Halloween and carnival in the Netherlands is that we listen to awful music in the process, like Dutch folk and polka music, I guess. That makes sense. It's the music is really shitty, but that's the main reason is why people get drunk, I feel like. I wanted to see if I can make my way. I can actually do like some chrome type stuff with this, because it's like literally a metallic paint marker. Maybe we can do something like that. So someone wants me to check out like some art that he... Oh yeah, I saw your doodles. Like you sent another one yesterday, I think, right? Sick. Let me just pull that up on the camera. But yeah, this is Teriel, I think, right? That's your name. I like it. It's actually I used to sketch these things like in a similar manner a few years back. But yeah, sick work, man. Nice. Let me just light this up a little bit more. It's a little bit hard to see what I'm drawing with this. So maybe I have some black sketchbooks as well. Or what I can draw through this. Does that work? It doesn't really cover it, right? Well, on the camera it looks way better than in real life. So I actually have maybe some cool ideas. So what I can do is I'm gonna draw something with my marker or my pencil, and then I'm gonna just draw over that with my marker. So maybe we'll just do like a tribal circle or something. Like we'll make some tribals. But yeah, the cool part is like keep drawing, Teriel, because even if it's just doodles or if it's like, I think you mentioned like that you were how did you or you didn't know how to draw, but like it looks like a drawing to me. That's what Mike said. Just keep drawing, man, because yeah, even if it's like a line, everything what you do is drawing, and if you enjoy doing it, you should keep doing it and get better at it, and just keep on creating, man. Don't let your self-consciousness get in the way of creating stuff. This is a really... Speaking of like getting self-conscious while you're drawing, at least it's not looking like this, but even, you know, I'm here creating shitty drawings on a live stream on YouTube. So if I can do it, everyone can. So let's make some parts of this so that it fills up nicely with as a circle. Maybe like this. Still a little bit unsure of how I'm gonna do the silver marker in this, but we'll see. We'll see. So weird shape here. This thing here, but doesn't really matter. I'm also curious. I'm always looking for new music. What have you guys been listening to last week? Some albums or some playlists or anything that would be worth checking out. Because if I recall correctly, back in like 2021 when I did these live streams, I actually found a lot of really cool music thanks to all of you. So let's bring that back. Maybe do like a half circle thing here. Or this, I don't know. Yeah, I've been. What have I been listening to? Old Tech Step again. Ooh, I've actually no clue what Tech Step is. Like techno / dubstep, or two step maybe. I'm not sure. Probably like two step, right? Two step and techno or something. How's the Ooh, I'm gonna check that out after the stream. How's the development of the radio show going, Ginke? Okay, I don't know. For some reason, I'm adding like 1 point here outwards. Not sure why. Yeah. Anyways, let's see if we can draw over this with the other marker. Maybe like do a smiley or something. So the ink is kind of covering, so that's nice. I think it looks way better from the top view than where I'm seeing it. I cannot even see where I'm drawing actually. Because it kind of looks the same as like the metallic look that a pencil sometimes has, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue drawing. The story behind this song is interesting as well, although this tune is not really the relaxed vibe of the music you're listening to right now. Oh yeah, what I'm listening to now is basically just some copyright-free ambient. Just I used to do like lo-fi, but I'm kind of done with lo-fi music, so I found like this free Stream Beats. I think it's literally called Stream Beats. It's a playlist on Spotify, and you can do like either EDM, ambient, lo-fi, and all of these genres, and you can just play it during your streams, which is really nice actually. But yeah, so I actually have no clue what I'm I'm not even hearing it myself because I don't have the speakers on. But yeah, I have the ambition to start producing music for the background of my streams again, because I have been producing a lot of music, at least a lot more than in the last couple of years. So because me and my friend Bram, we've challenged each other to grab a sample, and then we'll flip the same sample basically. Like I think we've done 3 now. Yeah, and it actually really motivates me to. It gives us both like accountability to actually keep producing, and for him it's like because he's still learning the process of music production. And for me, it's like getting back into it, because back in like, what was it? Yeah, I used to produce a lot of music like between like 2010, between 2012 I guess, and 20 I want to say 2018. That's when I kind of like stopped producing as much, and then I like kind of pursued graphic design when I started working for Yellow Claw. And also because like at the time like I was working there, it's also like kind of, it's not that they forbid me from making music, of course, that wouldn't make sense, but I kind of felt like obligated to not talk about my own music there, because then it feels like you're working there to promote your own stuff, if that makes sense. So that's why I kind of like automatically did less with music production, and then I focused more on design. Oh, you heard it? Nice. Yeah, it was cool, right? So it's something like that I've really missed as a in music production, is like the need to the social aspect of it is actually doing a lot for me. Like you know, getting feedback on your track, sharing whatever you made with someone else, giving other people like your thoughts on their music and stuff. Like it's how I also became a really good friends with Ricky West. I'm not sure if you know him, but he's also played at the stage at like Solar Festival of us. And even though we don't really make the same music anymore, the cool thing is like I do like work as a designer for him on a lot of his stuff. Like he does a lot of stuff for himself as well, but yeah, it's cool that we've stayed friends after all of that, if that makes sense. And music did that, music production. Okay, what was I supposed to do again? Oh yeah, I was actually wanted to look for like a black piece of paper, but we'll see. I have some other ideas that we can maybe work out. Let's color this in. Let's even do this with like a marker actually, so it's even darker and black, if that makes sense. May have to wait a little bit for it dries, but I actually also had something else that was really interesting today. So I met up with a student from here in my hometown Tilburg, and we've actually like he came to my office once. We met through an event that I hosted, and he for like a school assignment he had to like follow someone in the work field for a day or something, I think. Like kind of like an internship, but on like a really small scale. And it was pretty cool because he followed what I was doing. So he was here in my office, and then we were like chilling together. And then kind of as a thank you, I guess, or like when we started talking, he asked about Touch Designer. So I've never worked with Touch Designer before. I have gotten a lot of DMs over the years where people said like, oh, you should do something with Touch Designer, you can actually link it to Cinema 4D, and I think it would be really cool if you tried something to do with it, and blah blah blah. Anyways, like I never really found the time to get into it, and he gave me a little, well, it wasn't really like a crash course, he gave me a little demo, like whatever he makes, and he makes these really cool things. He has this place in his, I went to the university that he goes to, and he has like these cameras that the infrared cameras that like you know, can measure all of these things when you're filming someone, and he can do interactive stuff with that. He does some 3D stuff in it, and yeah, basically it was really inspiring to see all of that. And also because like I do in music, I really like generative music. So basically like computer algorithms programming certain aspects of music, making it basically like varying infinitely, if that makes sense. And since like Touch Designer is like node based, it also can do a lot of that. And then also like yeah, you can even link it, you know, you can combine the music and the visual part. So I've really been thinking, now that I've really seen it in action, I'm actually super inspired to start doing something in Touch Designer myself. You gotta get used to the way of working. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, node-based is definitely something that's really quirky and you have to really understand. And also, like, in my opinion, I've worked with some node-based software, but then all of them also kind of work in a different way as well. Anyways, I figured if people would be interested in it, I would like document my process of learning Touch Designer, maybe even Blender, because like that's what we talked about last week. Yeah, we can see if that works, and hopefully I learn something and then you also learn something in the process. Can you see that? Oh, you can actually see, this is even just a normal pencil. This is what I was talking about, like with that metal reflection. Anyways, we got Psychopantic and Mike in the chat. What's up, guys? Yeah, it's good to hear, good to be back, man. And it's also good to see your name in the chat again, because it's been a while, man. How have you been? Goofy creative question. How many rolls on the beam? So today we have like this is just being cold. Then we have like egg. And now we got like graphic designer. Here, this is the graphic designer tier. So this is the second rule. Now we go to art director tier, which is 3 roles. Which is actually, I didn't have it like this before. I usually have it like that because I'm an art director. And then you go to 4, and this is basically like the final boss of all creative agencies. It's like the what's worse than an art director? Creative director. This is the creative director role. I'm so glad that like now we're in a point where I don't have a lot of viewers anymore on my live streams, because like well, I never really had that many, but back in 2021 Outdated would have definitely clipped this, and when I was still streaming on Twitch, and yeah, everyone would still have like something that they every time I did something goofy they were able to clip it, and I don't think that that's a thing on YouTube, or I'm just like shooting myself in the foot here, and now someone actually is going to clip it. But yeah, might as well steer into it and make a reel out of it, you know, do it for the content. So it's actually cool that you can see the metal pattern, because like, yeah, for me it looks like this, like a black square. So I figured maybe like go over these tribals with like yeah, this looks cool. Awesome. I don't remember where I got these though. Like I think they're from Scrawlerbox. I'm not sure if you guys know Scrawlerbox. It's basically like a subscription-based thing, and you'll get like a monthly kit with like all kinds of art tools in it, and it's always like inspired by specific artists. And this one is, I guess, an artist that used a lot of like metallic pens, because I think I also have a gold one and maybe even a copper one. It was cool. And I think I also once got like a couple of like acrylic markers out of it, and all kinds of things. I'm not sure what it was again. I think this one, like an actual white pen, is also from there. Yo, what's up, Jack? How you doing, man? Save time for markers for use for no. The Gundam markers are actually different, actually. But so couldn't join you again. My mic is not being delivered till 8 p.m. But next week I should be free. No worries, man. We will definitely get back to that that catch up. I think it's I think like the time between every time we do these catch up is like a year and 2 months. So I think if we do like one next year or next week, Then we do another catch up in like 2 years almost now, I think. Like the time between them grows and grows, I feel like. Bob Ross has aged very well. Yeah, man. He's also become a creative director. Wait, wait, this is the creative director. Now you can see my like this is the way I know I'm getting old. Like my hairline is kind of like getting worse. So that's why I do the creative director beanies now, man. Not because I'm a graphic designer poser. Yeah. What else to do? What else to draw? Let's just go through my sketchbook for a second and see what else is there that I've done in here, because this is I might have talked about this in I might have talked about the see the reward here. Like I'm actually giving someone $30 for this notebook if I lost it. So I got this notebook maybe 2 years ago. No, way longer. I think it's like 5 or 6 years ago now. And what I don't like about sketchbooks that are very expensive is I always feel bad that I don't want to fill a page in with ugly stuff. If you do have sketchbooks, I think everyone has this. Like I'm just scared that if I draw something in the sketchbook and it doesn't look well by my standards, that I've like ruined a really expensive page. And these are these Moleskine. I think these things are like $20 or something, $25, and this one was a gift, but still I feel like I don't want to fill it with that. So what I did is I actually bought myself a $2 or $3 sketchbook, which is covered with like random stickers. Here's sweet potato and lemon weight stickers. And also some stickers for Isa Demon Blood, which is a brand here from Tilburg. Shout out to Mika. Anyways, this one is really cheap, and I've been filling this with the most random stuff ever compared to this one. So this stuff is I think back from 2019. So this stuff I made before I started Dreadlabs. Moleskines. Yeah, you cannot find any good moles nowadays, man. All being underground and stuff. Anyways, as you can see, for some of the very first Dreadlabs typography sketches, this was just when our style was getting bigger and bigger on the internet, and I wanted to do some custom typography stuff. I do like the dotted grid pattern, and at this point, this was the only sketchbooks that I could find with this pattern in it here in the Netherlands. Here you can see me doing some 36 days of type, I think, yeah. And this is where I quit because I've never really actually finished that. Some other random stuff. I think this was a sketch for an artwork that never got released. I think I've done this in a live stream. Yeah, this you should put I think if you look on my live streams on my channel, I think I made this in 2021 on the channel. This is cursed. These are some sketches for a label that I work for. But you kind of already see like the page is getting emptier and emptier, and I'm just getting more self-conscious and like afraid to sketch in it, if it makes sense. Here some weird random stuff, and this is actually, if you see my reel about like my favorite illustration, this is actually the sketch for that, like one of the quarters of the mandala. I think this is also from a live stream in Dreadlabs. This one is actually the end product of that live stream. I actually digitalized this and everything, so you can find it on the channel as well. This one's from a course that I've done. It's on my Patreon, I think. No idea what this is. Like this, these are some sketches for a branding that I did, but I don't know what this is. I think this is also from a Dreadlabs video. But yeah, you can see like this. How many pages are this? Like maybe 10. And this this, I think this is already in 2022, so this is already 3 years in. Yeah, this is soon that 2023. This is 4 years in. These are some sketches for the merchandise for a techno festival in the Netherlands. These are some sketches that I've done on my holiday, and I think it's this one I got tattooed on my ankle together with a friend of mine. Well, my best friend, not just a friend of mine. Basically on my third tattoo broke the rule that I would never get tattooed something that I draw on myself, but yeah, that was fun. Some sketches for a client. I actually don't know why I was drawing a bug here. I also see that I quit these drawings. Like I don't really follow through and finish them, so that's actually a shame. This is some sketches from a Skrillex redesign that I did for a video. These are some concepts for stage designs, I guess. I made these this year. Yeah, everything from now on is like this is all 2024, and this is 2025 already. So this is like the sketch for the upcoming video where I made this Pokemon card based on King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. So yeah, this is the first sketch, and this is the final result. A Pokemon card from my favorite artist. And this is some logo design stuff for a project that I literally just did. I think I finished it earlier this month, or maybe in January. And yeah, same goes for this. Basically some sketches and some throws for. And here you can see that here I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna draw in this and don't care about if the pages are ugly or not. I'm just gonna fill the pages, and that's what I started doing here. This is some sketch for some merchandise that I did, and this is where we left off when I started this stream, which is like some sketches for an asset pack, and this is where we are right now. So anyways, how many pages? I think this is not even 30 pages for 6 years of my life. And then this, I actually said that I'm never gonna open this until it's finished, but you know what, I'm just gonna do it in this stream because I feel like it. This is a sketchbook that I filled, and I think I started with this in 2022. So this is only yeah, I think around like 2 years old now. And like this is just a full blackout page that I did. I did some, I'm not sure if you can see it in the reflection, but you can. I did some typography in there, tried it. Some collage work, some random ugly throw up, some collage stuff again. Filled up the empty pages with some random sketches. Again, some collage stuff. I was really into collaging back in 2022. What's behind there? Some more random stuff. But as you can see, this is the cheaper sketchbook, and here I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna fill it. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm just gonna draw something, paste in something, do anything because I feel like it, and I just want to fill the thing, and I just don't care about if it's ugly or not. And I love this sketchbook so much because it's just random stuff. Like if you would have seen this and you know what I designed, you would have never guessed that I made this, you know. But yeah, I just love toucan birds, so I thought, let's just draw something with that. I think this is also, I just was playing with some acrylic markers, I think. Yeah, and like this goes like through here, as you can see a little bit, and I was just like, I'll just draw over it with some other random stuff. Yeah, here, this was like this, I'm not sure what I think they're like aquarelle markers or something, but these like really pressed through. So yeah, it's a little bit hard to draw something on there. But yeah, the graffiti phases are also part of my favorite thing, because you can I've actually done most of these like after there was already like something on. Like for example, there was already something sketched here, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna fill all of the pages are empty until now. So I just got back to every single page and started filling them up with like random faces. Again, some collage work, some tribal stuff, basically doodling and then just coloring them in with a marker. Same here. Here I tried something, some like drawing techniques and shading. So as you can see here, this is basically inspired by Tom Arena, if you guys know who that is. He's a very talented designer, and I think he now also does tattoos. What's up, Dubai? How are you doing? And basically, yeah, a lot of his work is kind of like this, and I just figured maybe I can draw something like his style. So that's what I was trying here, as well as some metal type for a band of one of my friends, Jantras. Check it out. Some other random psychedelic drawing to test out my Posca markers. I think this was the first page that I drew with them. And I just love that they are able to cover the whole image. I think I done half of this with other markers, like the red one. You can see it's like not really covering that well. Again, another failed 36 days of type page. This is the only page I think that's, or like starting from here, maybe like some more pages aren't filled completely. So I might defeat the whole purpose, but I definitely know that I will be going back to these pages and fill them eventually. So these actually aren't done by me. These are done by my girlfriend, which is actually awesome. Really like this one. And here it's like a random throw up again. And here we got some like metal shading study, as you can see. This is actually, yeah, seeing if I can draw that like classic, like old school desert chrome kind of style. As a dragon, of course, because who doesn't like metal dragons? But yeah, this is really fun to do. Been meaning to get back into this style. And here, this is where I got all of these markers that I was just talking about. You can see the gold marker in here as well. And I was, I think, listening to X-Ghost and DJ Heartstring with this, as you can see. And here I got my Posca markers, and you can, yeah, I did some Aztec drawings for some reason. Here I was feeling a little bit depressed, I think. That airbrush chrome, you're right. One of my favorite quotes, and I just saw something on Instagram, and I figured, oh, I'll do something similar to it with the Posca markers. Yeah, one of my favorite sentences is, find what you love and let it kill you, you know? Let whatever it is that you're passionate about consume you, if that makes sense, and do it until the day that you die. Not sure what was going on here. Some random mixed media stuff. Thank you so much, man. Again, another random throw up and a random face. A random ray flyer I drawn with markers, which was actually really fun. This actually never happened. This wasn't an actual flyer. I was just seeing, like, can I do like a drawing where I can use negative space all around the image. Some character drawing study that I didn't fully finish. Some shading studies with a really ugly face. And yeah, here I wanted to do some like tendril-like sculpture and study shading, I guess. Also really liked how this turned out. And this is a random sketch. So yeah, some random sketch pages basically. Some logo ideas. For Dread Universe, which was the clothing brand division of Dreadlabs, but I've kind of like stopped designing apparel. So, but I've been meaning to work this out as or one of these out as a rug, because I recently started tufting rugs. But yeah, that's what this was about. Then this is something that I did during a study of like branding. It's random stuff. It's the only page that doesn't really that's more about like business than anything that like drawing or creativity. And here I started trying to fill my sketchbook pages some more. So I saw this video by an illustrator. I'm not sure who it is again. Would be a sick embroidery, definitely. Ooh, maybe some patches or something. But basically, yeah, this is I actually gotta look up the design. I'm after the live stream, if someone watches this back, I'm definitely gonna link the video that I saw in the description. But there's this illustrator, and he basically goes like, he does a video about how to fill in a sketchbook page, and it's actually really interesting to see him work. But it also was really inspiring, so I figured I'm gonna try it too, with like a fine liner I think I made, and I think I started here, did the snake, and just did random stuff basically. And I actually really enjoyed the way that this turned out, just because it's like random dumb drawings that are just fun to do, and that's why we all do this, of course. Next page is a sketch of the carving for the stage that we have on Solar Weekend Festival. So last year, if you haven't seen the video, I hosted a festival stage where Rinker in the chat actually also played, and I'm not sure if he's in the chat still, but he also helped me work on that stage. But we made a stage design, and basically we carved this out of like really large plexiglass plates, and this would light up in the dark. It was really cool. But yeah, this was the first sketch, so it doesn't really look like the end result, but it was really cool. Here I did some other sketchbook fillings with the most ugly ass Pokemon drawings that you've ever seen. The Pikachu here. But yeah, this was also like just some like lighthearted, have fun doodling. And I think I think it's important to also show these pages, because this is probably like the ugliest page in this sketchbook, and that's okay. You know, I kept on creating. I tried to fill the whole page, and all of these drawings suck. They really do suck, and that's okay. Drawings are allowed to suck as long as you're creating, and as long as you're feeling creative, and you're just keep on drawing and making stuff. That's all what matters. Here I did some study with some like perspective from my hands, and as you probably see, I resort a lot to like chains, I guess. Here's another sketch that I didn't really finish for the boards, and this is also like a really creepy sketchbook filling, with some quotes and random stuff basically. And we're nearing the end of this sketchbook, I think. Like some drawings, an unfinished drawing. I think this one was made like 2 weeks ago, the mountain one. And then this one I think I made this Monday maybe. So yeah, that was actually pretty cool, fun to do. But yeah, let's check out the chat real quick. Where do you learn how to use Photoshop and Illustrator? Any recommendation on a good YouTube channel for clothing design or posters? So I would definitely check out Dreadlabs, dude. The channel has over 500 videos on poster design, merchandise design, anything brutalism, anything streetwear, anything Y2K, all of the good stuff. Dreadlabs. But yeah, probably already know that, and you want to have some more channels. So I would recommend checking out Doran Studio for Photoshop. He is probably the most knowledgeable Photoshop YouTube channel that I've known of, and I'm gonna peep my own subscriptions for a minute, see if I can help you out with that real quick. I usually check out a lot of 3D art, so I'm not sure if you're looking for that, but yeah, for Photoshop tutorials, I would definitely just check out Doran. After Effects, Ben Marriott. Yeah, I don't know. That might sound weird, but I don't really check out tutorials myself. I usually study a certain style or whatever, and then I'm just gonna see if I can make that. But yeah, I learned how to do Photoshop and Illustrator. I did learn how to use it through tutorials. The one, yeah, I think it's a paid course on LinkedIn Learning, but I learned how to use Illustrator through a course by Von Glitschka, or 2 courses maybe by him. He probably still has them on there. Yeah, LinkedIn Learning is quite expensive. I think it's like $40 a month or something. But yeah, when I was in college, I got like one of these licenses through my school, which made me able to follow that. But yeah, that was actually a really solid course. But this was back in 2017, so the course might be a little bit outdated now, since it's like 8 years old at this point. Design Syndrome. Oh yeah, you should definitely check out Design Syndrome too. And the Adobe YouTube has also some good basics. Ooh, thanks guys. Always good to know who else like has some stuff, because another one, Texture Labs. Texture Labs is also someone who's like really good at the technical part of Photoshop. I learned some random stuff through like his videos, where I was like, I didn't even know this was possible in Photoshop until I saw it in your video. And he's just like, and it's just like a small section of his tutorial where it's not even the main point of the video basically. But the way that he uses filters and adjustments is unreal. Like if you want to learn, basically what a lot of the things that I learned from Texture Labs, I could apply to my own stuff, and it really helped me create some really solid experimental and cool effects in Photoshop. So definitely check all of those out. But yeah, this is the last page that I filled in the sketchbook. But see how many random different things there are in this sketchbook. And it's just because it's a cheap one. It doesn't matter if they're all ugly things in there or not. You know, it's that's why I prefer like working in these over this one. But you can also see like this is more or less work related, and this is more or less like for my free time, if that makes sense. But yeah, if anyone still has any questions you want to throw out there, let's I can still discuss them. But we're gonna wrap this up real quick, and then we're gonna get some food and chill on the couch. Do you feel lost most of the times when you start to make a design? It depends. When I feel lost is basically if I do have to start designing something on the live stream. Like if people are watching me, and this is weird coming from someone who literally makes videos, YouTube videos for a living. Yeah, especially lately, I feel pressured doing live streams and designing. Then I feel lost and don't know what to do. But I've been working in Photoshop for 8 or 9 years at this point, so I'm at that point where I can basically do anything that I want fluently and quick, which doesn't slow me down on the technical level, if that makes sense. So if I do want to design something in a new software, such as when I was still learning Cinema 4D, or if I open up any of these new software, probably I'm gonna get stuck because I need to go back and forth between tutorials all of the time. And that feels a little demotivating, but just know that if you keep doing that, you will grow and you will actually be able to do it with less hand holding, if that makes sense. But on an inspirational level, like if I have enough inspiration to start on a design, I don't feel that. But yeah, it depends. Sometimes I feel inspired to start designing something, and I just go turn on my computer and dive straight into whatever it is that I want to create. But definitely I've had some times where I was like, I'm gonna design something, and I would just like, okay, but I don't know what to start. I don't know what to design, and I don't know where to start. And if I feel like that, or something that I learned to do, I guess, is I basically have a notes list on my computer or my phone, sorry. And I do two things. I have one list with random objects and words. So I think I've one like a snake coming out of an eye socket of a skull. And one of the other is like, I don't know, sword in stone with bat sitting on it, or anything really that you can think of. You're like, oh, this is fun to draw. And then I used to have a list with words that I wanted to create logos for. It's also where I here, for example, I think I asked people once, like, can I get some words to work? I think like e-leaf, deflect, warp, slammer, deflect again, and Dreadlabs, like just have some words to start and practicing lettering, I guess. And I also have a list with ideas for design pieces. For example, for an album cover redesign of one of my favorite artists. Or this is also, at some point I was lying in my bed and I was like, I should probably redesign or design Pokemon cards for my favorite artists, for my favorite musical artists. And that's what I did. I basically, let me just show you real quick. I've done these a few weeks back. These are just 3 of them, but wait, it's really, maybe you can see it better if I just zoom in. So I got a card for Childish Gambino, King Gizzard, and Aphex Twin. Anyways, I just, at the time that I was thinking of doing this, I was in my bed or I was somewhere where I couldn't start designing right away, so I just write them down on my phone in this list, and I have like a bunch of other ideas that I still need to do. Some of them are album covers, some of them are merchandise designs, stuff like that. And if I feel inspired or if I feel the need to start designing, I just go through this list and I see whatever idea speaks to me the most, and I just start designing, if that makes sense. The never-ending creative list, yeah, man. There's also some really random stuff like that's been on there for years, so I sometimes just clean it out. Apart from Photoshop, Illustrator, do you take time in learning how to draw those typography and arts? They look sick. Thank you so much, man. So I used to be invested in it a little bit more. I did some custom typography stuff this year, but I used to practice it at least like once a week, drawing and stuff like that. If you want to get better at that, I would recommend this book. I think we discussed it on the Discord server this week as well, but this book actually taught me a lot on lettering on a more chill level, if that makes sense. Like it's all graffiti based, but it has some fundamentals in there that really help with lettering in the creative space rather than like designing fonts, if that makes sense. Like these pages where I can like see defining parts and key areas of a letter. You know, when is the letter A properly written, if that makes sense. Stuff like that, basically. Here's a good example. Like stuff like this, I learned from this book. If that makes sense. Anyways, yeah, that's how I learned lettering, but mostly lettering is practice and drawing. And I'm not sure if you like. I also I've been working with like tablets, like drawing tablets for computers, for 8 years already, and that basically helped me to also like digitalize the sketches and the drawings that I did. But the book is called Graffiti School, So if you go to the Discord server of Dreadlabs, I think if you do go to the general chat, then there's actually a link to the book there as well. Which got me thinking I maybe want to just make a resource list for all of you guys that you can find like in the description of my videos and on the Discord server and stuff like that, where you can just click on and find like all of the books and all of the stuff that I would recommend reading or getting for yourself. And I probably need to write that down in my ideas book right now. Anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in. It's been really chill, and I've been really enjoying these live streams more and more. So hopefully I will be feeling good enough to tune in again next week. I think next week me and Jack from Studio AAA/Album Art Archive are gonna catch up. And yeah, we're gonna just generally have a good time, and yeah, we do our yearly catch up, I guess. And yeah, next week, the week after that, we'll see what we're gonna do. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've had a blast doing this live stream. Hopefully you enjoyed this time as well. This is Tom from Dreadlabs tuning out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.